Maha confusion, Maha twist is only increasing by every passing minute. Let's bring out for you the first tweet that got everybody thinking yet again. This tweet came from Ajit Pawar. Ajit Pawar spoke after almost a full day actually of silence after he took the oath as the Deputy Chief Minister and said that I am in the NCP and shall always be in the NCP. And Pawar Sahib, talking about Sharad Pawar, is our leader. Our BJP and NCP alliance shall provide a stable government in Maharashtra for the next 5 years, which will work sincerely for the welfare of state and its people. So what exactly is he saying there? But in response to this tweet by Ajit Pawar came this from the Pawar Senior, saying, there is no question of forming alliance with the BJP. NCP has unanimously decided to ally with Shiv Sena and Congress to form the government. Ajit Pawar's statement is false and misleading, and in order to create confusion and false perception amongst the people. To add to this, came in this tweet by the Congress Party, this time by Ashok Chavan, where he says that if you can't convince them, confuse them. It seems that the BJP has started doing the same by putting a gun on everyone else's shoulders as well. He responds to Ajit Pawar saying that he believes that NCP will form government with the BJP. But also, now since all the chatter is happening on Twitter, came in this reply by Jayant Patil. Now, Jayant Patil, remember, is an important man. He's the one who was just yesterday elected as the leader of the CLP. CLP is the legislative party of the NCP. He's supposed to be the leader of the NCP in assembly. So remember, when votes will be voted upon and counted and vetoes to be issued, that's when he will come handy. And his response to Ajit Pawar is especially interesting. He says, Ajit Dada, you are the founder member of NCP. We all grew up in Sharad Pawar's guidance, but Pawar Sahib has taken decision to not go with BJP for the welfare of Maharashtra citizens. Please respect this decision and come back to the party. But also earlier in the day, Ajit Pawar started off as if to write replies to everyone who congratulated him from the BJP. He changed his Twitter bio as well and called himself the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra and went on to thank everyone from the Prime Minister to Home Minister and now his senior colleague, Devendra Fadnavis. All right, so you saw those tweets there, the Twitter war that has broken out between the Pawar family and other members as well. Saurabh Gupta joining us now. Saurabh, Ajit Pawar is saying two things if we look at his tweet. He's saying, one, that he's still with the NCP and that Sharad Pawar is also with him and that they will form government with the BJP. So if you take two things away from this tweet, it's that he is establishing himself as the leader of the NCP MLAs in the House. That's number one. And second, that he's got everybody thinking again in the latest googly that Sharad Pawar is all part of the plan.
Well, actually, this follows a pattern that since the morning has been set in motion. Now, in the morning, the BJP's Ashish Shidar held a press conference and said that Jayant Patil's election as legislature party leader was invalid and said that Ajit Pawar should continue to be the legislature party or should be considered to be the legislature party leader of the NCP. Having said that, now why would the BJP say that? That is because, with Ajit Pawar, rebelling and supporting the BJP, if he has the powers to issue a whip, if he has, and I'm using the word here, if he has the powers to issue a whip, then it adds up to the BJP getting support. And if the MLAs vote according to that whip, then of course the BJP has the numbers. That is something that's number one. Then comes Ajit Pawar's tweet saying, I am with the NCP and I am, Pawar Sahib is our leader and we are in the alliance with the BJP. Ajit Pawar basically asserting the same thing. Then comes Sharad Pawar's tweet. Sharad Pawar's tweet is basically again rebutting what Ajit Pawar says and saying this is an attempt to mislead. And then, of course, you have NCP leaders, Jayant Patil, also tweeting, saying that, look, you're a founder member of the NCP, please come back. We have decided to ally with the Congress and the Shiv Sena. Jayant Patil, remember, replaced Ajit Pawar as the legislature party leader of the NCP, according to the NCP. And then you have also a tweet from the NCP spokesperson Clyde Crasto, who says, you're responding to the Prime Minister, but please also remember the man who held your hand and brought you into politics and taught you how to work in politics. So this has now become a matter of tweets, and this is, of course, the Pawar family battle also playing out in the public domain, especially through Twitter. There is, of course, always been reports that now, and we picked this up again following what has happened yesterday morning, that the differences between Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar were only growing in nature. And this is, of course, highlighted by the incident, if you remember, on the day when the Enforcement Directorate booked Ajit Pawar in a case. On that day, Ajit Pawar resigned without consulting Sharad Pawar, and then went incommunicado before he was brought back and before he held contact and came and met Sharad Pawar. Ajit Pawar, also sources tell us, wanted to share the Chief Minister's post and wanted the Chief Minister's post for himself for 2.5 years.
From Jayant Patil, the newly elected CLP. And the last line of his tweet is really important. He says that Ajit Dada, please respect the decision and come back to the party. What's really interesting in all of this is the fact that despite everything that Ajit Pawar has done so far, that's taken those letter of supports, if Sharad Pawar is to be believed, which were given in for the other party and given in for the BJP in his case, he says, asks him to come back. Isn't it strange that no action has been taken against him and they're still trying to convince him to come back to the party?
Well, if that question is for me, that's no. I mean, that's what Jayant Patil, the tweet I was talking about earlier. That's what Jayant Patil was actually saying, and that's what I referenced to when I mentioned Jayant Patil's tweet. Now, in all of this, like I was saying, this is, of course, the Pawar family battle playing out in the public domain, and there have been differences between Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar, leading to Ajit Pawar to rebel. Now, while it is, many find it difficult to believe that Sharad Pawar, being the seasoned politician, being the, kind of politician that he has, would not have any inkling of this. Perhaps what he could not do was, try and stop Ajit Pawar. And that is something that perhaps he let it play out as it did. And this is, of course, now going to become a matter of legalities and technicalities of who is the CLP leader, who is the chief whip, who has the authority to issue a whip. And along those lines, once those things are decided, the numbers game will also play out. So this is, of course, two parallel games playing out along with the political games that are also being played in Maharashtra.
And Saurabh, you're outside Ajit Pawar's residence, and correct me if I'm wrong. Have there been movements today? Has he met people? There have lots of chatter that are coming in from NCP leaders saying that he's consulting his legal heads really and getting in support from the BJP, and that's why he's now got the confidence to say that he will form government still, and he changed his Twitter bio as well. Do we know what sort of movement we have seen since morning at his house?
Well, some leaders have been coming in to meet him. In fact, Jayant Patil also came to try and convince him to sort of, come back to the party, and basically summed up what he said in the tweet, that he wanted Ajit Pawar to respect Sharad Pawar's decision and come back to the party and respect the party's decision. Now, of course, in all of this, Ajit Pawar clearly, and this is what political observers say, has boxed himself into a corner. Now, if Ajit Pawar doesn't deliver the number of rebel MLAs for the BJP, and he'll need more than 30 plus, I think that figure is 38 if I'm not mistaken, 2/3 of 54. If he doesn't deliver that for the NCP, then I beg your pardon, for the BJP, then he's then the government is, of course, on a sticky wicket. if he does deliver it, then of course he continues, and he will, then his sway over the NCP also will something that will directly contradict Sharad Pawar. And that is of course, and now Ajit Pawar, also what political observers say is that he has several cases against him. So in this scenario, when he felt he was being sidelined within the NCP, he had to take decisions one way or the other. He was being sidelined in his own party, and then there was the BJP also, which reached out to him independently, but he also had cases to deal with. So all of these things may have pushed Ajit Pawar into this decision, and that's what NCP leaders are saying and political observers are saying. But clearly Ajit Pawar now has to figure out how to sort of deliver that for the BJP, what he's promised, the letters of support. And Sharad Pawar will have to prove that the NCP still remains with him.